Canelo comes out and does what Canelo should do, Canelo wins the fight. Canelo comes out and does what he shouldn't do, Crawford wins the fight.
Well, with Crawford, what are Crawford's keys to victory when you are fighting someone like Canelo, who, albeit maybe not in height, but in stature, is a much bigger man than him?
Control the center of the ring.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
I say Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo?
Yes.
The boxing world is alive with speculation after Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford officially agreed to a blockbuster showdown. Prominent figures in the sport, including former champions and respected analysts, have shared their views on how the contest might unfold, and opinions remain divided. Some argue that Crawford's technical brilliance and adaptability give him a genuine opportunity to win. Others counter that Canelo's physical strength and punching power would present challenges too significant to overcome. Boxing legend Mike Tyson has voiced clear opposition to the matchup. He pointed to Crawford's difficulties against Israel Madrimov, noting issues with size and awkward movement. In Tyson's view, stepping up to face Alvarez at 168 pounds would be a risky and potentially ill-advised decision.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that would just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's hurt and jerky.
David Benavidez has offered a compelling perspective on the matchup. He believes Terence Crawford possesses a legitimate path to victory and would not be shocked if Crawford managed to secure an upset. According to Benavidez, Crawford's technical ability, mental strength, and dedication to preparation give him the necessary tools to defeat Canelo.
It's like it's going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight. And it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
All right, next question over here. Do you use that for motivation at all? Like Canelo's like, you know.
I definitely do use that as motivation because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am.
How would you approach a fight?
Is there scissors? Is there scissors? Ask for scissors. Go ahead.
How would you approach a fight with Terence Crawford if it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully.
At the same time, Benavidez has made it clear that he's not fully in favor of the matchup taking place. He acknowledged that facing Canelo represents the biggest financial opportunity in boxing, which is why so many fighters pursue it. Still, he expressed concern about Crawford making such a significant jump in weight, noting that it's not a move he personally supports despite understanding the business appeal behind it.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you. But it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight. But I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are they gonna say? You know what I mean? This was a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But I see that weight class. I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Alexander Usyk, renowned for his own technical mastery, views the fight as a classic clash between size and skill. He recognizes that Canelo's natural size advantage will be a factor in the matchup, but Usyk places his confidence in technique over sheer physicality. In his assessment, Crawford's sharper skills and superior technical ability give him the edge. For Usyk, it's skill that ultimately determines the outcome of fights, and in his opinion, Crawford is the more accomplished boxer.
A potential fight between Canelo and Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
How do you see that fight? Who do you
like? Terence. It's
wow.
My friend, but it's crazy man. Listen, I say Terence win. Yes.
Terence win over Canelo.
Terence win. But listen, Terence, it's different man. Terence work in две стойка.
Two sides.
Two sides.
Right.
And switch hitter.
Yes,
He's a switch hitter.
Yes.
Right and left. But it's very smart man. It's very, very, very smart. But feel distance and place like
Adjustments.
Spacing,
Exactly.
boxing.
You don't think the weight difference will be a factor too much?
Mario, you're asking him?
That's why I'm asking exactly.
Canelo big, Canelo too. It's a good boxer, but I say Terence.
Wow.
Roy Jones Jr., another boxing legend, has also shared his thoughts on the matchup. He sees two possible scenarios for the fight. If Canelo enters in peak condition and executes his game plan effectively, Jones Jr. believes Canelo will come out on top. However, if Canelo isn't at his best, Terence Crawford could capitalize and claim the win. According to Jones Jr., the outcome hinges entirely on which version of Canelo shows up on fight night.
A lot of people are saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What he got to prove to Boot? Boot trying to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight better beat this nigga. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win. Like, oh my God.
Sean Porter, who has faced Terence Crawford in the ring, has expressed some concerns about the upcoming matchup. While he acknowledges Crawford's toughness and resilience, Porter questions whether Crawford can withstand Canelo's formidable power. Drawing from his own experience, Porter knows just how strong Crawford is, but going up against a fighter like Canelo, who has knocked out opponents larger than himself, presents a different challenge. He believes that, despite Crawford's excellent defensive skills, absorbing punches from someone with Canelo's strength could prove to be a significant test.
Say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
Amir Khan, who has previously shared the ring with Canelo, is issuing a clear warning to Terence Crawford to steer clear of this matchup. Khan knows firsthand the power behind Canelo's punches and doesn't believe Crawford should risk facing it. He argues that moving up to 168 pounds represents too significant a jump for Crawford and cautions that taking this fight could have serious consequences for him.
I don't think that should happen. Look, I like Crawford, and I think Canelo is a beast that way. Honestly, I would advise Crawford not to do that.
Canelo versus Jamel Charlo playing out.
I think Canelo just outboxes. Well, no, doesn't outbox him, but I think just outpowers him and beats him to the punch. And you do give Canelo does have some sort of like decent speed as well. So I think Canelo just wins that fight easy.
Would it be a knockout?
Could be, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Former champion Caleb Plant sees Terence Crawford as a powerful and uniquely skilled fighter, capable of posing a threat in any matchup. While he recognizes that the weight difference is a consideration, Plant emphasizes that Crawford has consistently shown the ability to adjust and adapt in the ring. He believes that Crawford's high boxing IQ and strategic approach could have a major impact on the fight, potentially making the bout far more competitive than many anticipate.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter.
Still on the pound for pound list. I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside. And he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a big question mark on the end of it, though. So that's why, I'm sure all of us are excited for that bell to ring and, be able to find out firsthand.
Teofimo Lopez isn't giving Crawford much hope in this matchup. According to Lopez, Canelo's size, strength, and experience at higher weight classes make him a formidable opponent. He believes that eventually, Canelo will connect with a decisive punch capable of ending the fight by knockout.
What round does Crawford get knocked out? I'm gonna put 8. Let's put it on the universe. So I'm gonna put it on 8. 8. And if it goes the other way, I 8. I 8. So yeah, Ryan, Joe, and Eddie Reynoso also. That'd be cool, man. We all get work. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have our own underground boxing, me and Ryan, before we fight.
Ryan Garcia echoes Teofimo Lopez's viewpoint, believing that Canelo's size and power will be overwhelming for Crawford. While Garcia respects Crawford's technical abilities, he doubts that Crawford possesses the physical strength required to contend with a fighter of Canelo's caliber at 168 pounds.
That's going to be a great fight, too. I can't believe they made that happen. Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
Last question, Ali. He said Teofimo and Boots are going to be on your October undercard.
Oh, yeah,
and
I heard
winners
that.
would fight each other. Is that what you were told?
I didn't know that, but I'm
What do you
down.
think of that?
I don't care. Yeah, let's do it. I wanted to fight Teofimo too.
Last one, I gotta do this. I agree with you that there's just like there's a lot of sanctioning bodies, there's a lot of promoters, there's gonna be more testing organizations, not just one.
100%.
Tell me about that. Why are you so adamant about no lot?
I think that when a coach is pushing a certain organization, it just strikes me off weird. And for it to be like a mandatory thing, like why can't I use another organization, But again, I don't want to talk about them because,
Veteran trainer Joe Diaz is straightforward in his assessment, stating that he doesn't see Terence Crawford having any chance against Canelo. Diaz acknowledges that Crawford is an excellent fighter, but for this particular matchup, he doesn't believe Crawford has anything in his skill set capable of challenging Canelo. He points to the size difference and Canelo's power as factors that would be simply too overwhelming for Crawford to overcome.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has also expressed reservations about this matchup. While he recognizes Crawford as an elite-level fighter, he emphasizes that the weight gap is a significant concern. Hearn further argues that even if Canelo were to defeat Crawford at 168 pounds, the victory shouldn't be overvalued, since Crawford is naturally a smaller fighter who began his career at 140 pounds.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35. 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement. if you're Terence Crawford in that fight. The last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.
Hunter Ben offers a more balanced view on this matchup. He sees both fighters as having an equal opportunity to win, describing it as a genuine 50-50 contest where anything is possible. While many analysts lean toward Canelo due to his size advantage, Ben believes Crawford's skill set and ring intelligence could level the playing field, making the fight highly competitive.
With Crawford going up, I believe he can put a beating on anybody 154, 160.
But not 68.
Nah, Benavidez is...
Canelo. Yeah.
Canelo, I think he's a smart fighter. He doesn't rely on his power. Crawford ain't a fighter who just relies on his power. And then Canelo, when he's fought Belenga, then fought Ryder, Munguia, it's even. I think it'd be a 50-50 fight if Crawford fought Canelo.
Canelo Shakur Stevenson is firmly backing Terence Crawford in this fight. He emphasizes that skill is what ultimately determines success in the ring and views Crawford as the more technically proficient fighter. Stevenson also challenges the notion that Crawford is undersized, arguing that he is actually bigger and stronger than many give him credit for.
I think skills pay the bills. Yeah. And I feel like, truthfully, he's not as little as people think. Like, people think he's like very small.
He cut weight to get the 147, 154.
Yes. Yeah. He's not as small as like people think. It's just he look like it.
Yeah.
So like if you see him in
person
and he get on a scale or something, you wouldn't believe that's his weight.
I told somebody the other day, he might get on the scale weighing like 166, 167 fighting Canelo, and people wouldn't believe how ripped up and cut up he'll still look. He won't look like he's overweight Terence Crawford. He gonna look like a solid Terence Crawford.
I think he beat Canelo though. I've been saying I remember when he fought when they fought. Go watch an interview after the fight. I literally said I think Terence Crawford will beat Canelo.
Okay, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, long time ago. Yeah. No cap.
I did tell him after the Smith fight, I said, man, go get Canelo. You the greatest. Yeah, it's era.
For sure.
Yeah, it's no question.
No question, yes.
Actually, back to the you and Terence working together, because you've shared everything you've learned from him. There was fans doing their homework in the Avanesian fight and in the Spence fight saying, actually, it looks like Terence may have taken a couple things from Shakur as well, not just Shakur taking things from Terence.
Jeff Mayweather is another boxing figure who holds Terence Crawford's abilities in high regard. He believes that, from a purely technical standpoint, Crawford is the superior fighter. However, he cautions that Canelo should not be underestimated, as his size, power, and experience make him a dangerous opponent regardless of skill.
It's kind of tough, but if anybody can do it, I think it would be Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo, but Canelo is also a great fighter but he owns that weight class that he's in. So I would just say that I think that Crawford has to fight almost a perfect fight to win, and take advantage of Canelo's mistakes.
Yeah, so we have, is it almost kind of a battle of, we have two guys, obviously the best, two of the best 3 or 4 boxers in the sport, regardless of weight class, but which one is closer to the version of their prime, right? They're both getting older. I mean, they're both still, very, very good at this point, but, do you think maybe one of them, it's time for them to start falling off, and that might be the difference in this fight, that one starts to trail off a little bit?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, both guys are aging, and you never know. You never know when they're going to show their age. So it could be either one of them that does that. But I mean, I just lean toward Crawford because dude has so many skills. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I just see that him possibly winning the fight by decision,
Steven Bradman Edwards believes Terence Crawford has a real chance to beat Canelo Alvarez by leveraging his superior mobility, reach, and endurance. He highlights that Crawford's capacity to stay active and effective on the move, combined with his mental toughness, will be crucial in handling Canelo's relentless pressure throughout the fight.
He slips, he's really good. But Crawford is just so clutch. His conditioning is so good. They're going to be about similar heights. Crawford's a little taller. He's longer. And I think that Crawford's adjustments in fights are so underrated. He is a master adjuster. He finds something in every fight and just goes with it. That last fight, people talk about he struggled. You know what he found that last fight? A simple jab. He just started beating the guy up with a jab. He finds something in every fight. And he don't fight a lazy fight.
Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas is confidently siding with Terence Crawford for this matchup. According to Atlas, Crawford is exceptionally skilled, intelligent, and meticulously prepared. He believes that Crawford's adaptability and high ring IQ will be the deciding factors, giving him the edge over Canelo.
Not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford against Madrimov, people are going to say, "Oh, he had some hiccups." Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Madrimov was a little difficult to eat. He's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior